Hello everybody and welcome to another episode here on the GamingDroid. Welcome to Sevtech Ages. So we're going to be having a look at Age 1 today. We just got into Age 1 in the last stream. We made ourselves a few basic chests just to kick off the Age with, but we're going to be having a look at some of the other stuff in Age 1. I'm not going to be doing absolutely everything in every age because I have my own personal thing. Like, I didn't do the boss fight in the first Age because the boss fight in the first Age is literally to get a bow and arrow, and that's it. It's a nice bow and arrow, but it's a bow and arrow. Hey, Tobias! This tip is very relevant to us in Age 1. Or the previous tip was. The Age 1, the previous tip was that ores are located in large vein chunks. So the Age 1 introduces the first bit of mechanization or construction. Also, I did a little bit of off-stream fixing up the base. I'm pretty good, Tobias. How are you? So now we've got double gates, so they can open both of them. We've got torches all around. I've moved this back slightly. So we've got things set up reasonably well. So we don't need our fluty tooty. Although we don't have any space for a non-fluty tooty, so let's just create a couple of chests. Hey, Smaze, welcome to the stream. Let's just pop down a couple of extra chests. We can put our flutes away. We don't need our hoe at the moment, although we do need to do some planting, actually. So in the last one, we made the weak dowsing rod, but we haven't used it yet. So do we have any decent seeds? We can get some seeds from here. Excellente. Got carrots we can plant. Got a baked potato we can take with us. We've got our food chest over here, but we haven't got any food in it. Hey, Quacksar, welcome to the stream. USA caused the Cold War. Sort of, yes. I can't really argue with that one. The USA did kind of cause a Cold War. Oh, we've got cooked chicken. We'll take those with us. I'm taking lots of food with me because I'm about to go on a little bit of an explore. Or a little bit of a thing quest looking for ores. But I've got a couple of tips before we do that. First tip is to make sure you set yourself up with a farm. USA placed nukes into... Oops. USA... Hey, Beast, welcome to the stream. USA placed nukes in Turkey, did they? Huh. Now, I still don't have a bucket because I don't have a clay bucket yet because I believe I need a turntable before I can get a clay bucket. Clay bucket requires me to have... Yeah, a turntable, which I don't have yet because I need metal. I need bronze before I can have a turntable. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our farm just down here on the shoreline. On this nice straight bit of shoreline back here. So we'll set up a nice quick farm and then we will prep ourselves to go hunting for food, or go hunting for ores. Now there is food out and about in the world, which we will be taking advantage of. Unfortunately, I don't think we can use those seeds yet. No, we can't, because we can't make the required doodads. But we can lay down some of these and we can plant some carrots. And then Turkey bit to Cyprus. So let's put all of this away. And put these away. Put those away. So, before we go out looking for ores, a couple of things I want to do. I want to make a couple of chests. And then I want to make them into crates. This will allow me to basically pick the crate up full of stuff. And I also want to make myself a backpack. One of these, which requires... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leather and a leather strap. Do I have that much leather? I've got 4 leather in there. No, I don't have that much leather, so we won't be making a backpack, but that's fine. We don't technically need a backpack. So we've got our chests, we've got that. The other thing we want to take with us is our totemic knife. We want to take our totemic knife with us. And is there anything else we want to grab? Anything else we want to take with us other than our totemic knife? We do want to take some logs with us, but I think I've converted all of my logs into planks. I have. So we'll grab some logs as we head out. So even though I'm playing in the same world, that's my apple making tree, by the way. Even though I'm playing in the same world, the world has changed significantly. And you might think, well, what do you mean the world has changed significantly if you're playing in the same world? When you hit age 1, the world kind of... It's been explained to me as it switches you over onto different database setup. So although you're playing in the same world, you see something different to everybody else. Kind of the way certain multiplayer games can have people in different phases, but those people are still able to see each other in the in-game world. In fact, exactly the same way as that. So this is actually quite good. We immediately found one of the ores I want. So I fell down the hole, but what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how the game indicates ores. Because in this game, instead of finding ores all over the place, ores are in patches. So here's coal sample, coal sample, coal sample, coal sample. So there's 4 coal samples around here. Now what I can do is I can mine up one of them, and it'll give me coal, which is great. But to get lots and lots of coal, I need to find the coal vein. And the coal vein is probably somewhere under here. Now this thing checks a space of 32 blocks in front of itself looking for the ore. But the easiest thing to do is actually turn on F3 and look at your relative chunk position. Because this is based on chunks, the way this works. So basically if we go to here, which is 1, 1, hey, hard to pronounce, and we start going down, then after we've gone down a little bit, we can check around for... Probably should have made a sword before I came here, but it's fine. Come here, zombie. What we can do is we can check for coal by tapping the walls with this. Yep, I know that. Right, so that teaches me not to go out without my blinking sword, or without a blinking weapon. Why did I put my spear away? I can't remember why I put my spear away. An auspicious start to the evening, shall we say? I think that's what you call it when everything goes tits up. I think you call it auspicious. You can throw the spear as well, but I personally find the spear to be a terrible thrown weapon. Personally, I think the spear, as far as like a thrown weapon goes, is an absolutely god-awful thrown weapon. And the zombie vanished when he killed me. Lovely. When your school starts late. Okay, Gurren. Hello. Welcome to the stream, Gurren. I just came to say hi because I need to go to a place without internet. Aw, goodbye, dude. Have a good one, doggy man. Hey, droidy. Hey, Gurren. And yes, I'm digging straight down, I know. Don't dig straight down. You will regret that. So I saw lava down there. So now's the point where we definitely don't want to be digging straight down. Does it tell us how high coal is? Y48 to Y70. Okay, so actually coal's quite high up in the world, so I'm probably far too low down now. Yeah, I'm probably far, far too low down. How much does it cost to make a plumb rod? Plumb line. 2 bolts of string and a rock. I think I might be able to do that. Hey, my Russian friend, welcome to the stream. I'm doing alright. We are currently looking for the coal deposit in this area. I may have found the most cruel person ever in one of the Discord servers I'm on. Okay. Let's go make a plumb bob. Plumb bobs will tell us how high up or low down we are in the world, which will make it easier to find the ores, as the ores do spawn in very specific heights. We need string, and we need to put that around a spindle. A spindle is 3 sticks in a tower. Got just enough string to do it. And then we need a rock, which we do have. Not sure how that tells us how high up in the world we are, but still. So we are currently 71. Oh, so coal's going to be very shallow. Coal's definitely going to be within the detection range of this on the surface then. So I just have to find it. Aha! Coal. 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 Yes, we have found coal. Lovely. There's coal down below here. I don't not trust you, Gurren. I just don't quite understand, like, your point, but yeah, it's okay. Ah, I put the blinking logs away, god damn it. I think I put my... No, I didn't put my spear away. I did have put the logs away, like an absolute idiot. I got the logs out for a specific purpose and then put them away almost immediately. Oh, and there's some copper over here. That's actually quite serendipitous that we came over this way, because we found a hint at there being copper here. What happened to your Discord server? I'm 99.9999% sure I've actually told you this, dude, but yeah, I closed my Discord server because no one was using it, and the only people who were using it were being unpleasant. So there was literally no point in me having it open. Having it open was pointless. Sure, I dug down somewhere around here. Ah, well. Dude, like, Gurren, I closed down the server, like, what? Over a year ago now. And I'm sorry, but if you hadn't noticed that the server had been closed down with it being closed for over a year, that kind of makes my point for me. That the server was, like, not in any way being used by anyone. There we go, haste and night vision. And that is why we bring this with us, because it gives us haste. Which means we can mine faster because we have haste. So we have our own little mini beacon that gives us haste and night vision. That's why we bring wood with us when we go exploring. Good for you, Gurren? Again, like, I don't see why anyone got upset that the Discord was closed down when literally there were 3 people who used the Discord and 2 of them were people who perpetually needed to be told off for trolling or for being offensive. So, like... And it gives me 13 seconds. It gives me 20 seconds of haste as well, not 4. So that gives me a nice long haste as well. But as you can see, like, if this cave hadn't cut through it, this vein of coal would be absolutely massive. This vein of coal would be crazy big. I might get out of range of the totem over here, which is fine. I do my best to stay in range of the totem while I do this, because of course the haste makes this much easier to do. I'm almost certainly out of range of the totem. Yeah, I'm out of range of the totem now. But because it gives me like 13 seconds of haste, if I pop back into range of the totem, get my 13... Oh, it's 13 seconds of night vision, not 13 seconds of haste. Right. No, Gurren, I'm not arguing about this with you. I'm not, like, I don't care what other people's Discords are like. I was the one who was having to deal with my Discord. I did not like the way my Discord was being used. I closed my Discord. Like, what? Why I don't... I'm... Like, you didn't notice it had been closed for a year. Why are you talking about... Why are you in any way bothered by this and trying to defend the fact the Discord existed? Like, I became unhappy with the Discord because of how people were behaving, and so I closed the Discord. Like, seriously, there's nothing else to it, dude. I don't care how bad other people's Discords are. What I cared was that my Discord was bad. I wonder if these are endlessly vertical effects from the totems. I've never actually tested how vertical the totems' effects are. The totems' effects extend out about 5 blocks horizontally. I've never tested the vertical effect of the totems. Repair our flint pick. The axe is the only flint tool you can't repair. Whatever you say, dude. I don't care. And it's not when you talk about something, dude. It's when you harp on about shit. Like, I don't really care about Discord. And I don't care that the Discord was closed. But, and I say, like, the Discord was closed a year ago. You obviously weren't using it because you didn't notice. And then you start telling me about how bad someone else is. Just like, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Hey, Fulstadane, welcome to the stream. How you doing, dude? What is up, Mr. Dane? It's alright, dude. I heard a Skellybob. Now that we're in Age 1, Skellybobs can come with... Did dig a way out of here, didn't I? Which way did I go when I dug a way out of here? Was it up this way? Yeah, it was up this way. So, we found some azurite around here earlier when we accidentally popped up through one of the holes in the ground because we fell. So, if we can find that azurite again, it was near the horses. So, azurite is copper. Azurite is the name given to copper. So, we are looking for the azurite samples on the surface. We can find the azurite samples on the surface, we can dig down and use them as kind of location points for the azurite underground. I have a feeling it was somewhere on the edge of this hill that we saw the azurite. Try to avoid getting eaten by Venus flytraps while we look for it. I should have been smart and used my... Yeah, that's coal. Should have been smart and used... Aha! Here we go. Azurite samples. Now, azurite is, I think, much deeper. 12 to 45. Yeah, so 12 to 45. And we are currently at 77. So, in all likelihood, our tracker wouldn't even find it if we did track down for it. So, let's find the chunk. We're in roughly the center of the chunk. So we're too high up to detect it, basically. So let's go down for a bit. But a combination of night vision and haste does... Ow. Right, fine. Whatever you say, Gurren. I'm not... I already regret streaming. That's what you've done, Gurren. You've made me regret streaming already. And I've only been streaming for like 2 minutes. Seriously, dude, you need to get more chill. You need more chill in your life. So we're on 44, that's 43, which means if we boop the walls now, we will be booping the walls on 45. There seems to be a lot of problem with the ore spawning, like, and then cave systems cutting it up and destroying a lot of the ore. That's one of the big problems I've had in this mod pack so far, is that the ore seems to get destroyed by caves a lot. Oh, okay, well, I found the ore. I also, unfortunately, happen to have found a large amount of lava. Oh. We found the ore! I have a feeling we're not going to need night vision in this cave. It's just a feeling, but I have a feeling we're not going to need night vision. I do have a feel that we might need a wall because of blinking lava monsters. I don't hate you, dude. Just literally, you have no chill whatsoever. Everything that comes out of your mouth is something that seems to be designed to piss me off. And I have no idea why. You seem so enamored with just trying your very best to be annoying. Because seriously, dude, like, it's one of these things where you seem to be enamored with talking about things that if you actually stopped and thought about them, you'd realise were actually not pleasant to talk about for someone. Like, the fact that I had to close my Discord because literally no one was talking on it apart from people who were intentionally trying to annoy me, that's not a fun thing for me to talk about. That's not a pleasant thing for me to talk about. The fact that I've only got, like, 2 people watching at the moment, that's not a fun thing for me to talk about. And yet you insist on bringing it up all the time. Hey, Future Gamer, welcome to the stream. How you doing, dude? Like, I don't get your insistence on certain forms of discussion, Guren. How are you doing today, Future? What are you up to? It's a me, Delphox. Welcome to the stream, Delphi. Where did you get your name from, Delphox? Because whenever I see your name, I think of Delphina, which is a character from Greek legend. You still live at Jitkamp? Yes, I still live at Jitkamp, Future. I still live at Jitkamp. I haven't... this is my first stream since Jitkamp was created. I have upgraded Jitkamp slightly. It's now got fences and torches or lanterns to light the way, so... I'm so scared of the blinking lava monsters that spawn. Magma demons that spawn in this area. Anywhere where there's lava deep underground, you're going to get magma demons. Who's seen Ready Player One? I haven't seen it yet. I understand the basic principles of it. And I've seen some stuff about it, but I haven't actually seen Ready Player One yet. I don't think it's my sort of movie, really. It's very... not pandering, but very kind of action-y orientated. And do you know Far Cry 5? I know of Far Cry 5. I don't know, like, the game inside and out. It's not like I am a living guidebook to the game, but I know of the game. Broken pick. I think I'm too far away. No, I still have haste. 1, 2, 3... Oh, yeah, I'm within 5 tiles. So I still get haste. You just have to try and stay standing within the 5 tiles and you'll continue to get the haste bonus. Which makes this a heck of a lot quicker, even though it is moderately slow. I'm not a big fan of Geolocy, which is the mod that does this to ores. Delphox is a Pokemon I used to have Delphox profile pic, and I want to change my name. Well, I couldn't considering Well, it said I needed to wait and stuff. Ah, I see. I didn't know that Delphox was a Pokemon. Definitely wasn't definitely wasn't Gen 1. I'm a Gen 1 Pokemon guy. Like, I know the Gen 1 Pokemon rap and shit. I am the kind of guy that when people bring up Pokemon from Gen 2 and 3 and things, I say that, but there's only 150 Pokemon. Well, 151 if you include the movie, and that's questionable. But as you can see, the one thing about it is, although you have to walk around the world, we've been very, very lucky, by the way. The first time I played this, it took me a lot longer than this to actually get the ores, to actually find the ores. We've been very lucky with the ores being actually right outside our camp. Very lucky indeed. The first time I played this, I think, before I found my first copper vein, I had to travel like 700 blocks to find my first copper vein. And what have I done? I've travelled like 50. Because ores are very rare. Although Dark Oso has updated the game to make ores more common, specifically the rare ores, because the rare ores were actually like rock crystal in Age 2. It's actually very, very, very difficult for anyone to find, and loads of people complain to Dark Oso, the maker of the pack, that like it's literally physically impossible to find. Hey, Daniel. Not much. We just found a copper vein, and then we found a coal vein, then a copper vein, and I had a minor rant at Gurren. It's 3:34 a.m. where you are, Future. God damn it, dude. Where the hell are you? You must be in Australia then. I didn't roast you, dude, but I'm just explaining to you that the reason I get frustrated with you when you won't drop subjects that I obviously don't want to talk about is because you won't drop subjects I obviously don't want to talk about. I'm not roasting you, dude. I am just saying, like, I am not massively interested in discussing how pathetic my YouTube channel is doing or why I had to close my server. Those are two things that are, and this is one of the things that is, here's a secret for you, grown-ups get upset too. And one of the things that upsets me is the fact that I get a lot of people who are offensive on my streams and a lot of people who were offensive in my Discord, and I had to close down something that I thought was going okay because of people's behaviour. Like, so, of course I get frustrated with you when you won't drop it. And then you get pissy and tell me that, oh, you hate me, or and it's like, I have no time for that, dude. So we're headed on to our 4th stack of copper. Gurren, you know what? I'm done. I'm banning you from the channel. Bye, Gurren. I'm just done. I'm just fucking done, dude. 5 hours to load. It's a complex mod pack. Sevtech takes my PC about 12 minutes to load it. There's a day in your house? Well, offer it a cup of water. I'm sure it's thirsty. There's a rat in your house. Well, don't offer rats cups of water. Question is the rat visiting the house or is the rat living in the house? Because if the rat's visiting the house, then basically just chew it out and get rid of it. Make it sort of unwelcome. If the rat is living in the house, then you have to, you know, rat traps. Make sure it's not breeding, that sort of thing. So I think we should probably be okay to start with 4 stacks. You think it's living in your house? Ah, in which case it is time to deal with it via the expedients of rat traps, etc. Now, I can't go up the hole I fell down, I don't think. Because I think I fell down, like, over there and fell in and swam this way. So, yeah. We will go out through the expedient method of digging upwards. Knuckle sandwich, if not, takes everything weird from Earthbound and makes it weirder. Not sure how they could make certain things from Earthbound weirder. Earthbound was a supremely weird game. Oh, yes, by the way, let's just tag that there is still copper here. Just that we know we can come back and pick up copper. And that would be a lava demon. And that genuinely made me jump. Hey, Carl Gamer, welcome to the stream. How you doing, Carl? What are you up to today, Carl? Ooh. Well, that was convenient. Oh, no, it's not a way to the surface. It's just lava. Less convenient. I thought that was a way to the surface. How high up are we? 55. The surface is 70, so... someone does, because someone asked me how the shit camp was it shit camp was going. Shit campture. I'm pretty sure most kids are demonic creatures from the underworld, Delph. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but I'm like 99% sure it's true. Hey, horsey boops. Caratoos. You own a rabbit? You have a pet rabbit? That's awesome. Anyone who owns a pet rabbit gets plus 5 points. Plus 5 what points? I don't know. But plus 5 points nonetheless. Just for owning rabbits. I love rabbits. Yep. Scoop, 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 scoop. Nope, keep that. That in there, that in there, that in there. And put this in there, this in there, this in there, this in there. So one thing we do have to do is we need to make ourselves a faucet and a casting table. So faucet is made from seared brick. 3 seared bricks, which is made from grout. So we need sand, gravel, and clay. Gravel, sand, and I think we had some clay. We did indeed. So we're going to need 2 for the faucet. and a further 1, 2, 3 for the you should be empty. You are empty, I just have to pick you up with an axe, which I don't have. Which I can easily make using these. I can make myself a stone axe, which is repairable. Slightly slower than the flint axe, but it's nice to have repairable tools. Except I have to break it with a pick. There we go. Still doesn't stack. Interesting. My rabbit spills his food and doesn't sleep. Well, he obviously needs more attention then. You own a cat. Cat's pretty good too. My sister owns cats, so I can't say anything bad about cats, or she shall beat me with a stick. I mean, my sister doesn't beat me. By the way, these are stone lights. You get them by combining stone with a torch, and it just gives you a block that emits light like a torch. Very useful for burying lanterns in the floor. We're going to automate this as soon as we have metal going properly, by the way. I tidied up shit camp. I made shit camp tidier and neater. Do you have a pet? I don't have a pet. I had a pet when I was a kid, but because of my aspiness, I'm not particularly into animals. I'm not like... I like animals, but I'm not the kind of person who cares for an animal. Bloop. Pop that down there. Now, one thing we could do if we have enough wood is we could make ourselves another hopper. We can make doors now. Hooray. We can make ourselves another hopper, and what we can do is we can pop the hopper on here. We've got a chest that'll work. One of these chests. We can pop the chest down there, and what we can do is we can shove all of our copper ore, or at least say a stack -1 of copper ore, which is a multiple of 9. Hey LolXD, welcome to the stream. Hey Greninja, how are you doing? Have you played Last Day on Earth? No, I haven't. It's not ugly because I think torches are ugly. Torches can be quite unpleasant. Let's throw a coal in there. Coal gives us 160 units of melting. Oh! Wait a second. Wait, what? Where's my... I'm slightly concerned that my stuff seems to have disappeared. Also slightly concerned that that fire seems to have gone out, despite the fact, you know... Oh no, they're there. It's just the fire gone out. You don't remember me, do you? Take a random guess and suggest you might be Gurren Lagan's alternate account. Let's put some meat on to cook. God, no. There. To on the Fallout 4 stream. Ah, I see. Cool. Welcome to the stream. Can we plant olives? Apparently we can get the rustic almanac, or we can make olive oil. Okay. Not sure exactly why I would want olive oil, but... So before we can automate this thing, we need to get to the beneath. Did you? Fair enough. So we're slowly melting up some copper. By the time this is smelted, we might have just enough to make a block. We do need to make ourselves an anvil, which means we need some stone. And I think we need stone slabs as well. The anvil is 3 stone slabs and 4 stone. We don't have enough stone. Do you play Fortnite? No, Greninja. I don't play Fortnite. I've never particularly enjoyed Fortnite. Will this be a long stream? I don't know. I'm going to stream for a while, probably. I don't really see any reason in streaming for a very short period of time. No, it's not Delphox, but there is a weapon like that. There's a weapon called an angry stone. You get angry stones from the Betweenlands, and when you throw them, they explode like a creeper, which is absolutely hilarious. Kind of unpleasant, but absolutely hilarious. We can't make a casting table. We have to use a casting basin, unfortunately. And we are up to 3 ingots, almost 6 ingots. And because we can only make a casting basin, that's why I'm making myself an anvil. A stone anvil, like so. And bloop. And this is what we'll use to kind of break down our metals. 1 more stone on a stick gives us an anvil hammer. Stone mallet. And this will allow us to bash our metals into assorted ingots and other shapes. So now we can actually start down the route of like having metals. If we look up copper, though, there's a very limited number of things we can do with copper. We can make copper armor, but we can't make copper tools. We can make copper chests, but I don't really see the point. And we can cast ourselves a copper-braced shield on top of a crude wooden shield. We can also make ourselves an Archimedes screw. So we've got a very limited number of things we can do with copper. Copper armor might be useful, because we do have quite a bit of copper. Why isn't it called a creeper stone then? Because it's called an angry stone, because the mod developer wanted to call it an angry stone. I'm pretty sure there's literally no other reason. Hey, Elf Daughter Games, welcome to the stream. We found copper, literally right outside my base. We fell in lava trying to get it, but we found copper. But most of the stuff, as I said, like there's very little we can do with copper. Most of what we want to do involves bronze. Most of what we want to do involves bronze. Bronze gears, to be specific. With bronze gears, we can make saws. With copper gears, we can actually make quite a few things. With copper gears, we can make that turntable, but we need the axles. So if we have a look, one of the things it asks us to go down is this demonic altar. And as we get down here, we're going to go into necronomicon stuff. Which is actually one of the reasons why I want armor. And one of the reasons why I'm going to be using my early copper to make myself some armor. Because, yeah, the Necronomicon stuff involves some rather nasty finding a shoggoth base and gathering statues or defeating shoggoths. So we've got 9, which is enough to make copper boots and a copper helmet. There we go, we've got some basic armor. Now, what I'm going to do is, while that is smelting up, I'm going to go on a search for tin, because we want bronze as well. So we found coal and copper in that direction. We might as well slaughter some cowsies while we are... Or you. Might as well slaughter some cowsies while we are looking for... Oh, hello, dogs. Might as well slaughter some dogs while we're looking for... Might as well slaughter some cows while we're looking for tin. Come back here, thank you. I love how all the cows run away. So this is copper. So we've got another copper vein down to the south of our base. That's not terrible. It's getting Sevtech Ages is another mod pack. Yeah, Sevtech Ages is a mod pack where you are divided up into the ages of technology. So in the first age, the Stone Age, it's all about bone tools, flint tools, stone tools, horse-powered stuff. In this age, we're in the Bronze and Tin Age, so we're talking about sort of developing water wheels and bronze and, strangely enough, not bronze weaponry. That's one thing I think they missed out on, is you don't upgrade your weapons with bronze, which I think would have been a nice kind of touch for being in the Bronze Age. But we're looking for bronze and tin, and we have a somewhat limited access to it. It's not like normal. Cute category, everything droid does not want to kill. Pretty much. If I don't want to kill it, it's probably cute. This mod pack is a lot of fun, Elf. It's kind of vicious, especially when you get into Age 2 and you have to start dealing with the Between Lands. Because the Between Lands is nasty. I actually started playing this mod pack because another streamer called Grumpy Brit, or The Grumpy Brit, started streaming it, and he had a subscriber server, and he let me on his subscriber server because one of his friends gave me a subscription to his channel. So someone else gave me a subscription to his channel as a gift, and that got me on his server. This is a Darkland. This is the first time I've seen a village in a Darklands. How do you survive here? This place is full of crazy monsters. How on earth are you alive? Oh, huh. Oh. But we're still looking for tin. We're looking for tellarite. So where the little rocks are on the ground, we are looking for ones that are ore design rocks, but with yellow flecks in them. Come here, bad wolf. Ooh, big game lag because it's loading a new chunk. That occasionally happens when it's loading a chunk that contains something unique. Free carrots. It's interesting that it obviously generates all of the flora before it generates this terra clay. Because it drops all the flora on the floor when it generates the terra clay. We are looking for tellarite. Ooh, we do not want to go into those. Those are the druid fonts that protect the portals to the Between Lands, and they are very, very dangerous places to go. There's even a decent nutrition mod in this. Elfie, if you've ever played with a mod called Spice of Life, Spice of Life is a pretty much universally hated mod to do with forcing you to eat more than one kind of food. Because what happens is most people just end up eating the same food over and over again. And Spice of Life, the idea was it was kind of like, okay, well, you now have to eat a variety of foods. But it was a really frustrating mod because it made, if you didn't have a variety of foods to eat, it made eating food slow and cumbersome and meant that you had to eat all the time and got barely any benefit from it. Things like this. And that used to annoy the hell out of people. Someone's actually made a new nutrition mod that's actually, in my opinion, quite good. It divides foods into 4 groups: fruit, grain, protein, and vegetable. And you have to eat between the 4 groups. But it doesn't penalise you for not eating specific groups. Instead, it gives you the benefit of this bonus HP if you've eaten well within one of the groups. So if you eat well in all 4 groups, you get... There's another village. You get 4 sets of bonus HP, which doubles your HP. Which I think is a very clever way of doing it. Nope, those are normal rocks, not tellarite rocks. Karate zombie! Dead karate zombie. My karate is far better than your karate. You also don't have a map when you start, and you have to go and buy one of these antique atlases, which is your map of the world and gives you a mini-map. But as well as buying an antique atlas and sort of getting a mini-map from your antique atlas, you can also sort of spend a lot of resources late game to get hold of a apple. So this is the guy who sells you the antique atlas, the cartographer. But you can get hold of an apple that costs a ridiculous amount of resources, and that apple gives you access to journey maps, the map mod that a lot of mods have in. I like this one because the progression is very, very much gated. I mean, I can't even see half the things. And that's one of the things that I think is fascinating about this mod, is that, like, they've not just locked off content behind crafting walls, or you have to craft X before you can craft Y. They've actually locked off content in like a hard-coded way, so you can't see content that you can't access. So I can't see iron because I'm not in the Iron Age. If there was, like, they say there was iron ore in that cliff face, I wouldn't be able to see it. The iron ore would be invisible because I don't know what iron is. To me, iron is just a slightly greyer rock. So because I don't know what iron ore is, I can't see the iron in the cliff face, which I think is, first off, it's actually really, really complicated coding something like that, but also really cool way of doing a mod pack where you go through different ages, is to actually be like, well, no, like, your character wouldn't understand what that is, therefore your character doesn't know what it is. You occasionally manage to pick up items, like if someone handed me some iron, it would say, you don't know what this item is, unfamiliar item. You don't know how to use this item. So if I was playing on a multiplayer world, I could be in a different stage to somebody else. Coal. Dang it, I was hoping that'd be Tellarite. I could be in a different age to somebody else and they could hand me something from their age, and I just wouldn't be able to use it. There are creepers over there. I don't like creepers. One of the best places to go hunting for ores, if you are nearby one, is a desert biome, because you can see the ores from a long way off. One of the problems is because of all the grass in this game, which is unfortunately a necessary thing. Sorry, I'm just concentrating on the fact that I'm fighting a small parade of mobs at the moment. The spear does a little bit more damage if you throw it, but then you've thrown your spear and you don't have a spear anymore. So I don't tend to be one to throw the spear. Skeletons very rarely spawn with bows in this mode. Or in this age. They do occasionally spawn with bows in this age, but it's not a common thing. Bye, spider. The spiders in this game, in this mod, are just creepy because the little legs wiggle as they run. Which is just full-on creep mode. I'm not a fan of spiders anyway, so... Bye! I think he may have blown up some chickens. So we are looking for copper, because we need copper to continue our progression chain. Like, the next thing we need is copper. Sorry, we're looking for tin. The next thing we need is bronze. So we need tin. Oh, hello, hammerhead sharks. Yeah, let me out the water, please. Let me out the water, please. Thank you for pushing me out the water, hammerhead shark. So the hammerhead sharks are here. And you do have some magic mobs and things like that, but like even the mobs you fight are like dependent on what age you're in. Age 1, you very rarely come up against ranged mobs, like skeletons often have trumpets instead of bows, which is a little bit incongruous, but I get the idea. They had to give them something. Hooray, it's tin! Oh wait, it's just a stone. How dare you tempt me with the stone-like tins? With the tin-like stones. Something. I'm not good at English, guys! Don't expect good English. Wait, how on earth did he not die from that? He had no health left. This game cheats. We are looking for tellarite deposits on the surface. Little stones with flecks of yellow metal in them, or white metal in them. And then we will go hunting underground for the tellarite. He was a hacker. Yep, definitely a hacker. Hacker cow. Hacker cow sounds familiar. Hacks! I call hacks on that cow. Someone ban him from Hypixel servers. I should probably eat something. Yeah, this is one of the biggest tips I have for this mod pack is, yeah, build the blinking storage crates when you get to this age. Because you spend so long exploring, looking for tin and things, that you end up picking up all sorts of stuff, including a firefly in a jar, which is actually something I need to make a compass later on. I can't make a compass yet, but I can use this to make a compass later on. So, yoink. Hacker skeleton, he was on 20%, you hit him, he was still on 20%. You hit him again and he died. Hacker! Isn't the dance thing that the football team does called the hacker? Ooh! Hello, lava. I should have known lava was there, but like it still surprised me. No tin at all, and this is what I mean about this mod pack being kind of sometimes a little bit stingy with the ores. Although, as I said, Dark Oso has significantly improved ore rates in the most recent update, which I'm not on because the server hasn't been updated yet. The server I play on hasn't been updated yet, so I'm playing on the older version, but the ore drop rates are significantly improved in the most recent version of this game. So my ore drop rates will not be representational of your ore drop rates. Hey, Rain. We actually need some poppies later. So I will take these now while I'm here. As with mushrooms, we shall also take mushrooms. Still no tellarite. This is the point where we go back home to my base and we find tellarite like right next to my base. At least I know where there is a shoggoth den, because I've marked a shoggoth den on my map. That's a shoggoth den there. Which is useful, because I can collect the shoggoth statues I need to collect. Lag spike. where's that one? That one's the Darklands that's north of or west of my base. So over we go. To a certain extent, a good way of exploring is on boat, but it's kind of hard to notice the ores from the shore. So what we're doing is we're basically running around looking for these things, but looking for the ones that have got tellurite in them. Well, that's more understandable because sheep spawn continually. So basically the game is constantly spawning sheep in the same way the game is constantly spawning skeletons and constantly spawning other things like that. That is an interesting biome. But the metal is generated when the world is generated. Like where the metal is placed is generated when the world is generated. With sheep, like the game basically looks for a place where it can spawn sheep and spawns them periodically. It's like, I need to spawn a sheep, find a place to spawn sheep, spawn sheep. There's a tribe of cows living at the bottom of this hole. And I'm kind of curious how they got there, because cows are only supposed to spawn on grass blocks. That's why natural mob farms always use grass blocks. Which means they must have fallen down there. But I'm not quite sure how they survived the fall. Because that fall most certainly would have killed a cow. Ooh, bear. Don't get in a fight with a bear. It's not a good idea. Especially when we're this far from home. That is part of the natural spawn generation of this mod pack. This mod pack has some interesting spawn generation, including flowing rivers, which are absolutely gorgeous to look at, just from a perspective of like that is some really interesting way of coding a terrain generation. God damn it! Literally one hit off killing him. No, no. Get back here, you. Potato. And don't worry guys, I am still keeping my eye out for the tellurite stones. Strangely enough, last time I was playing it, it was the other way round. I found tin really early on, but didn't find any copper for ages. I mean, ooh, flowing river. Do you know what I mean? We actually have flowing rivers, and the flow does literally push you. It's only possible with some mod pack intervention. It doesn't happen in like normal vanilla Minecraft, Daniel. But yeah, we have flowing rivers, and if I throw an item in the river, the item actually flows downriver and follows the current. Bye, item. And if you go on the river in a boat, your boat travels really fast, as long as you're travelling in the right direction. Or the downstream direction. The downstream direction might not necessarily be the right direction for what you want at the time, but the downstream direction is the direction that is easy to travel on rivers. Would you believe? Would you believe that going with the flow is easier? It's almost like there's, you know, some kind of saying like that. The other thing we need as well is corallium ore, but corallium ore doesn't appear on the surface. Corallium ore is in swamp biomes and is very, very common. Hey, Cheese Poof, welcome to the stream. How you doing, Cheese? I'm okay, dude. That's part of physics. Lies? Lies? I substitute your physics. I reject your physics and substitute my own. This is Sevtech Cheese Poof. We are currently in age 1. So we start in age -1, you go to age 0, and then you end up in age 1. Which, yes, I'm fully aware that makes no sense whatsoever, but that's how the mod pack created it, so... Dark Osto apparently has an interesting way of counting ages. But, yeah, we are currently in age 0. Well, sorry, we're currently in age 1 of the 7 ages of technology that start at -1 and end at, I think, 8, so... And we are currently looking for tin. And the way we look for tin is we look at these rocks on the floor and we look for ones that have tin in them, basically. That's how we look for tin. Because ore in this game is not like ore in normal games. It's very, very rare. But when you do find it, you find massive, great big patches of it. It's not little bits. Take some berry bushes home to grow back at my base. We continue to search for the rocks. Did the berry bush just bite you? No, a Venus flytrap just bit me. And you can get poisoned by poison ivy, and there's all sorts of plants that can deal damage to you. But berry bushes don't, no. Berry bushes don't deal damage to you. Thankfully. I think I wouldn't really enjoy this game as much as I do if the berry bushes dealt damage to you, because berry bushes are like the early stage version of pretty much staple food. Hup, 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 hip, 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 hip. So we are in a swamp biome here, so I'm going to tap the floor every now and then to see if we can spot some corallium. But we're still looking for tellarite. I love how there's dire wolves and sheep right next to each other and they're not fighting. You'd think the wolves and the sheep would, you know, be veritable wolves and sheep with each other. But apparently these wolves are very well behaved. Almost like Bad Wolf, who pretends that he's bad but is actually very well behaved. Like in Tinker, if I remember correctly, the berry bushes that need dark to grow can be made into ores. Oh, the ore bushes. Yeah. Aubrey bushes. Yes, those do damage you. But they are not part of your staple supply of food in the early game. So I will forgive that mod for doing bushes that damage you, because you don't rely on them. Although in Hypervolemia you relied on them for metal early game. So it does depend on the mod pack as well as the mod. Well, while we're at this village, we'll have a look for a leather worker, see if there's someone who can turn my pelts into leather. Ah! Cassiterite. I think cassiterite is another variant of tin. Cassiterite or tellite. Yep. So cassiterite is another variant of tin. So that's excellent. You had a mushroom growing in your house. Fletcher, fisherman. I am looking for a leather worker. Fletcher. shepherd, fisherman, fisherman. Huh. Did you ever play Sky Factory 2? I did. I also played Sky Factory 2.5 and Sky Factory 3. Ooh. Hey, Jay the Dwarf. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Farmer, fisherman, shepherd, fisherman. I want a leather worker. God damn it. Are there literally going to be no leather workers in this entire village? I have a feeling there are going to be no leather workers in this entire village. But we did find a source of the ore we're looking for. I do need to pop around this way and check these guys out over on this side of the village. Just make sure I've thoroughly checked the village. I like that a lot of villages spawn on the water, which is something that did happen in the historic ages. That a lot of villages were kind of dependent on local water. And because of that, a lot of villages did kind of basically come into existence on water. They also make sure that village farms contain nothing, so you can't, like, set up in a village and raid the village for all your needs. Yeah, I think there are no shepherds in this village. Ah, well. There is, however, cassiterite ore. And literally just right here. I didn't expect the cassiterite ore to be quite that close to the surface. I have a feeling that might be a bad sign. I have a feeling this might be a bad sign. I have a feeling this village might have generated on top of the cassiterite ore. Which, as I said, is a problem this game has. That it generates ores, kind of, and then generates the stuff around them. So it will, on occasion, erase things that you want. Totem base. Totem of the Enderman. Totem of the Buffalo. There we go. Put away some of the spare things I'm picking up. Sky Factory's pretty good. One thing about Sky Factory that I didn't like was that Sky Factory was very, very easy to set up a lot of automation early game. And I'm the kind of person who, if you give me the option of doing something an easy way or a hard way, I'll do it the easy way. So I, very early game in Sky Factory, set up automation, got loot bags automated. This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Although, again, this is very close to the surface ore vein, so it's not going to be great. It's just going to be what it is. Like, normally, you'd end up with an ore vein that is literally a ball, a spherical ball, roughly sort of like 8 or 9 ore across. And 8 or 9 ore deep. You play both ways, Daniel? Well, hey. We didn't ask about your sexual preference, but okay. Oh, Daniel's played hard. Well, hey. I have no idea how old Daniel is. That might be wildly inappropriate. I don't massively care if it's wildly inappropriate, but... Where are we at? 42. That's not terrible. We could get away with only, like, stack of tin if we were careful with our tin. The funny thing is, wolf armor is actually better than tin armor. Or better than bronze armor. It's just bronze armor is easier to make. Okay, so it looks like we're going to get a little bit over a stack with this vein, which is a bit disappointing. Like, if you get a good vein, you're looking at like 4 or 5 stacks of... I mean, you saw I got 4 stacks from that copper vein and barely even touched it. But we did manage to get tin. So, can't complain. And what we can do is steal the tin from the surface. Although it looks like there's only 2 bits of tin. I think it's because the town generated and the lake generated at the same time, and both generated on top of the ore vein, unfortunately. Sometimes when you've got night vision, you kind of forget that it's nighttime. So where are we on our map? We are pretty far north of our base, so we'll just travel south. That's fine. See, wolves usually run away from you if you look at them, but will happily sneak up behind you and do damage. See, I turned my back on a wolf and it attacked my back. Because they're sneaky little sods. Hup, 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 hup. Keep an eye out for any corallium ore in the swamp biome. Because we will need corallium later on. It's not too hard to find though. Worst case scenario, I'll be able to make myself a hammer and just grind my way through the swamp looking for terrallium. Corallium. Corallium, not terrallium. Corallium. You can also get it from abyss zombies from the dark zone. So there's a couple of different ways. Yoink. On a mad murderous rampage, killing all the cows. Because they are so tasty and I want their meat. Way hey, tasty cow meat. And like they've added little splashes when things get thrown in the water, and it's a very good mod pack really. There are a few slightly arbitrary things, like needing black quartz to get axles to automate things. Hey, Hayden. Are you late? Oh, I don't know. I don't necessarily think you're late. I think the term I would use is tardy. Oh, I'm terrible. By the way, I can almost guarantee we're going to run sort of past some copper ore, or some tin ore, sorry, as we do this. As we run back to base. Because it happened to me several times. I'd like go exploring, find the ore I needed, and then head back to base. And on the walk back would find the ore that I'd walked 700 blocks to find was just kind of like right next to my base. If this wasn't a solo world, I'd almost believe that someone had planted that sugarcane there, because there was an awful lot of sugarcane, and it was in a neat little set of one high ones. Almost looked like a man-made plantation. Back to the tribal home. Tribal home of the Unuwaka. My apples are slowly getting ready to be harvested. So let's get all of this out of the inventory. And then empty a couple of transportable chests. So now that we've got tin and copper, it wants us to make an alloy furnace. So the alloy furnace, pretty easy to make. What's it called? Kiln. It's called kiln brick. So we need brick and we need sandstone. So if we grab our clay, which is in here, we need 4 copies of the recipe, so we need 8 clay, we need 8 brick. And I'm pretty sure if we just throw the clay onto our normal cooking platform, it should turn into brick. And we can also throw the wolf meat and the beef and the mutton on there. Like so. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Dang it, I wasn't quite quick enough to prevent that from melting. So we've got the copper, which we can hammer out into ingots. And then we can melt down some tin. Tin is quicker to melt down. Looks like these do not cook on there. So where can we cook these? We can cook them in a kiln. Fair enough. That is what we will do then. Another use for the storage crates, by the way, is because they don't need to have an open block above them the way chests do. You can use them for all sorts of farms and things. If you've got a mod with its primal core in it, or immersive engineering has its own version of the crates, they're great for mob farms, things like that, where you don't necessarily want to have a space above the chest that is there for the chest to be opened. Who's a good horse? Who's a good horse? Not you. You're a terrible horse. It is not an invalid 3x3 area, 7x7 area. That one's not invalid, and that one's not invalid, so this one's not invalid. Don't lie to me, horse. Actually, it might be invalid because of this. Which is easy enough to deal with. I actually need to break that. Because if I pick it up, it will just face the same direction. So I need to pop it there. And then... No, come on. And do I have enough sand to make... no, I don't have enough sand to make 8 sandstone, but I think I'm only... Oh, I'm miles off. Okay, so I need to go sand hunting. That's fine. While you're cooking, let's go grab some sand. Let's grab some meat first, because food. Not sure why you're putting them in stacks of 1, but... Oh, because one's mystery meat and one's mutton. That's why. Let's go grab some sand, shall we? There is tin ore right here. I told you there'd be some right next to my base that I didn't notice. There is literally tin ore right on the shore just above my base. Come on then. Thought he was hard, but he wasn't. Wonder how many people are being triggered by the fact that I'm digging sand with an axe. I found tin ore right next to my base the way I said I would, Delphox. Literally, like, right next to my base is tin ore. Which always happens to me. I go on long journeys looking for a rare resource or a resource that's hard to find, and it's right next to where I started. Yeah, there is tin ore, like, right here. Tellite ore, tellite ore. So there's tin ore right there, and my base is there. So I went on that massive explore to find tin ore, and literally there's tin ore right there next to my base. Oh, game, you massive troll. Now, personally, when I make something like the kiln here, I much prefer to sink it into the floor, because you can interact with it just fine regardless of where it is. Now, I do need an engineer's hammer. And the engineer's hammer is 2 copper ingots, a string, and 2 sticks. Not difficult at all. String, sticks. We've got the copper ingots in our inventory. Not sure why I put 2 sticks in each of those. Bloop. There we go. And now we have our kiln. That will allow us to make bronze. And now that we've got that, it's brains over bronze, and then we're on to abyssal craft. And abyssal craft is where we're going to have to go and fight the shoggoths. We can also get into blood magic, and we will need to get into blood magic, but not immediately. By the way, these things, aqueducts, completely bloody useless. I really don't see the point of aqueducts. That thing is useful if you need to make leather. Thankfully, we got away with finding a leather worker previously, and we can go back to that village we found the leather worker in if we have to. Because if memory serves, I trapped the leather worker in a little cage. Yeah, it was, I think, here, and we trapped the leather worker in a cage. And not one of those fun, wholesome sorts of cages. We need some more flint, but that's fine. We've got gravel somewhere. So here's a tip as well, like the string mesh that gets you one gravel per, one flint per gravel. Yeah, cook your gravel up in the clay kiln and it'll turn into flint, which gets you between 1 and 4 as a random drop. So, as you're not using up any fuel or anything, it's a far more efficient way of turning your gravel into flint. That will allow us to repair our pick, which has a slightly faster mining speed than the stone pick. And we're up to 7, 8, 9. 9 ingots. And then we'll do tin ingots. Or tingots. Ooh, that fire has burnt away my fences here. Gosh darn it. Where's my bone blocks? Here are my bone blocks. Fine, Mr. Fire, because you are being a pain in the booty. You may have stone blocks behind you. So that you don't catch fire to the fence again and destroy the fence. Because I kind of need the fence. So yeah, we get into the Abyssal Craft Necronomicon. And then we get into fighting shoggoths. Which is fun. Let's go and grab some clay while that's finishing smelting up, because we do need a little bit more clay as well. So, clay, 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 clay. There's some clay over there that's quite close to the surface. Excellent. Just in front of our farm, actually. Delightful. I think that's clay anyway. Is that clay or salt? That's clay. And because items float in this mod pack, we don't have to worry about diving down to fetch them. Although if you are digging in a river, be careful because they will float off in the river. We plant the carrots, which we can bake into baked carrot if we so desire. And back into safety. Not that it's particularly dangerous out there at this moment. Down you go. One of these, and one of these. Into the kiln with you. And my tin, where's my tin, where's my tin? Here's my tin. 9. Now tin is much easier to smelt, so it takes less heat units, so it smelts up quicker, basically. And uses less coal. There's an achievement. Bottom of the barrel and pipe me up inside. And then I'll do a barrel extension as well. Bit more tin. Come on, come on. And extensions complete. It's interesting also the amount of different things they've used for the achievements list. It's sometimes placing a block, sometimes crafting a block, sometimes using a block, sometimes killing particular enemies, sometimes using a block to make another thing. It's actually quite interesting, the kind of variety of things they've given you. I've got anything else that needs cooking at the moment. Got some fish they can cook. Got a couple of eggs they can cook. Pretty sure we can cook the eggs on the fire. Got a lot of sheep pelts we could take back to that guy for leather if we can find a leather worker, because they usually trade sheep leather for sheep pelts. Oh, death compass. We can dispose of him. Right, now we can get some tin on to cook into bronze. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And we need some coal or some kind of fuel. The Betweenlands portal is this massive, great big portal. Is this massive, great big portal, and it's made out of wood, and I had to move mine. Like, I set it up, and then I was like, this shouldn't be here. So I had to move mine on one of the servers I'm playing on. Grumpy Brit server. And it was quite funny because the sheer amount of wood, I got like 6 or 7 stacks of wood from it. And those became my... those became my fuel for... In fact, still are my fuel. Huh. Thought I could use tin plates for armor, but obviously not. I can use tin plates for 2 things. Whoops. Can I use tin rods for anything? Archimedes screws. Whoops! Accidentally made tin plates for armor and can't use them as armor. Ah, well. Bronze! And now we have to look at the abyssal craft necronomicon. So we want to make the basic necronomicon, so we need rotten flesh, Corallian plague flesh, and plant cloth, which is just plant fiber. So, plant fiber, that's fine. And we've got rotten flesh in the top one, and we've got Corallian flesh as well. Although it's Corallian flesh on a bone, but that doesn't matter because we can just use a work blade to scrape the flesh off the bone, which gives us both the bone and the flesh. And I don't think the flesh on the bone actually has any use to it whatsoever. I don't think I've seen any use for the flesh on the bone. Plant cloth, basically just woven plant, and rotting flesh, and there we go. We have a necronomicon. So the necronomicon basically has all sorts of information about rituals and forbidden magic and all sorts of things. But the main thing we need to do is charge it up because it has no energy in it. It has no power inside it at the moment. And to charge it up, what we need to do is we need to go and go to a shoggoth home, the home of the shoggoth, and we have to basically lead the shoggoth on a merry dance. Now we can't cheese it and sort of like climb a wall or something like that because shoggoth are able to climb. So what we have to do is we actually do have to go and survive the shoggoths, unfortunately. Hence the armor I am making, because surviving the shoggoths is a pain in the butt. So I need to make a chest plate and a pair of pants. There we go. So we've got a full set of copper armor. Gives us a little bit of defense. We'll grab the steak and we will go to the shoggoth den that I know about. Although I'll probably sleep first because the sun is setting. So I'll probably sleep and then go to the shoggoth den. And this is great because the Shoggoth Den is literally just over here, whereas previously the Shoggoth Den I went to on the server that I'm playing on was 40 chunks away from base. So I've been so lucky on this game. Why do copper plates look like Cheez-Its? Because copper plates are tasty. So basically, Abyssal Craft is based on Lovecraftian lore. And I don't know how much people know about Lovecraftian lore, but in Lovecraftian lore, the idea is that there is another dimension where the old gods reside. And the idea behind Abyssal Craft is that you have to draw energy from the old god dimension. The problem is drawing energy from the dimension of the old gods annoys the old gods because you're taking energy away from them to do your spells and things. So you have to be careful of annoying the old gods, and they will smite you with lightning and summon demons to attack you and things. But the first thing you have to do is get a connection to the old gods. You have to get something connected to the old gods to act as a connection to their dimension so you can steal their energy. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and find some shoggoths, which are demons from that dimension that are residing on this in this dimension, and we're going to steal statues of the old gods from them. Along with some monolith rock, because we will need some monolith rock as well. So we're headed out to the Shoggoth Den. Shoggoths hit like a train and have a lot of HP. They hit like a truck and have a lot of HP, so it's very, very hard to win a fight with Shoggoths, especially because there's going to be a lot of them. We need to get about 6 of them chasing us, and then we just need to run around in circles, basically. This is the weirdly blue, the very weirdly blue biome, blue swamp biome. It's mildly creepy. Okay, someone exploded. Fair enough. Didn't involve me, so whatever. Okay, so this is monolith stone. We do need some monolith stone. So I'm actually going to steal some monolith stone. And here comes the first Shoggoth. Now, Shoggoths aren't massively fast, which is our advantage here. However, they are very, very dangerous, and we need more than one. So I'm going to lead this Shoggoth off and away, and then I'm going to go round and I'm going to see if I can get another Shoggoth to come to join me. And they leave behind this slime, and this slime slows you down very significantly. And it's that slime that we're kind of after in a way. Come on. Come on, Shoggoths. We've got 6 following us now, which is good. That's about the sort of number we want. Ow. See, 3 hearts of damage in one go. Come on, Shoggy Butts. Now, what you can do is you can actually fight the Shoggoths off. And if you kill the Shoggoths, then that is another way to get the statues. You can kill Shoggoths, and by killing Shoggoths, you gather Shoggoth flesh, and you wrap Shoggoth flesh around fake statues. And that's a way of getting extra statues. That's a way of getting statues. Yes, you have to be slightly careful walking over places Shoggoths have been, because it, of course, slows you down. Come on, Shoggoths. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's one monolith. So that's going to have a statue on top of it. I'm kind of hoping of getting like 3 or 4 statues, just so that I can charge my necronomicon up reasonably quickly and easily. Oh, no, 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 don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. There's a second monolith. Oh, Shoggoth ate a sheep. Poor sheep got eaten by Shoggoth. I think they're a little bit too spread out now. I need to try and bring them back together again. Come on, guys. Come back into a group. Ooh, hello, you spotted me. Ow, 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 ow. Run away, coward strats. So this has gone a lot better than my first attempt at this. My first attempt at this was on a river, where literally there were mountains either side, and I had to build a platform for the shoggoths to explore. Hey, potato. I literally had to build a platform for the shoggoths to run around on because I was on a river and there were just mountains all around me. Ooh, surrounded by shoggoths. Ow. Surrounded by shoggoth and shoggoth slime. And more shoggoths have spawned. Which is kind of good because I still need a kind of critical mass of shoggoths in one place. Ow, 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 ow. Avoid the shoggoths. Nope. That's alright. I kind of expected to get killed by the shoggoths at least once. I was greedy. I was trying to get enough shoggoths together that they would make another shrine. Wonder if horses are affected by shoggoth slime. But you see the problem with not having journey map with only having a book? When you die, you drop the book. So that is a minor problem. For now, I does not has my book. Now I'm hoping... Is this a mod? Yes, this is a mod. Or it's a mod pack, I should say. If you see me playing Minecraft, I guarantee you I'm playing a mod pack of one variety or another. Because I think I've only ever played vanilla Minecraft twice. Sevtech, which is the name of the stream. Sevtech Ages. The 7 ages of technology. I think... No, they haven't despawned. Okay. The shoggoths have not despawned. Or at least not all of them. One of them may have despawned. Some of them may have despawned. Or at least wandered off. Because I don't see as many shoggoths as there perhaps were previously. Oh yeah, they definitely, some of them have definitely at the very least wandered off. Is a good mod pack. Draylan? Who is Draylan? Let's see who we've got. So I'm just putting a little ring of stuff there. We've got Azoth, who is the kind of beholder god. And then we've got Jazar, the god of shadows. And we'll grab some monolith stone. And if it turns out we need more statues, I can always come back and get more statues. But you see, this guy climbed up here to try and get me. Which we're not going to allow. We have no interest in fighting shoggoths. So we've got 2 statues. Got some monolith stone. Have a shoggoth trying to eat me. You know. Bye, shoggoths. Not too bad at all. A couple of statues is fine. It would be nicer if we had, like, 4 statues. In fact, it'd be really nice if we had 12 statues, but we'll go with 2 statues. That's enough. So now what we have to do is we have to use these statues to draw power from the dimensions of the Dark Gods. The problem with that is the Dark Gods are going to get pissed and are going to start getting revenge on us for stealing energy from their dimension. Which, to be honest, I'm pretty sure if people started stealing energy from our dimension, we'd want revenge. So you can't really blame the Dark Gods for it. I mean, they're Dark Gods, sure, but they still kind of need the energy that's in their dimension. You know, entropy and all of that. Decay of energy over time and the way it completely messes up, like, closed systems. Whee! So, people taking energy from your dimension is a bad thing. Broken tipped spear. I'll have to put a new tip on it. I broke my spear, guys. Thrown it into the water, just for the hell of it. That's alright. All I need to do is it's got a broken tip is put another piece of flaked flint with it. And it will be fine. Hey, chickadoo. I bitch slapped that chicken and didn't even bother killing it for food. They call me Chicken Slapper. Yep, and we're through. Nice and safe. Okay, so we've got our 2 statues, and we've got our necronomicon. The next thing it wants us to do is make a portal to the beneath and a pedestal for time. So I'm not going to put this near my base because, as I said, this thing summons demons or these things summon demons and etc, etc, etc. But what I am going to do is I'm going to grab some bits and pieces and I'm going to set up a place to put it. So first things first, let's grab some coal and we will make ourselves some proper torches. Like so. So that we can light up the area that we're going to place it. We'll grab ourselves some logs so we can put down some totems. We'll need to take our totem knife with us. We won't take the monolith stone just yet. What have we got? We've got some cobblestone. We can smelt that up to make... eggs don't cook on the fire. Good to know. Good to know that eggs don't cook on the fire. Okie dokie, potato. Thank you very much for popping in. Sleep well. We can also plant our berry bushes out here where our apple trees are. The start of modern cultivation. Nice big pile of apples. We take the apple, combine it with a stick, and it gives us 2 apple sprouts. So that means we can basically double our apples every time we do that. And then you can wait for them to grow. Excellent little trick there, little doodad you can do. Doodad. Now to repair my spear, yeah, just a piece of flaked flint. I was unsure whether it was flaked flint or a flaked flint tip that I needed, but yeah, it's just flaked flint. And the pedestal that it wants me to make is this one, energy pedestal, which requires a shadow gem and a corallium pearl and monolith stone. We don't have a corallium pearl, and I don't think we have a spare shadow gem either, despite the fact we live right next to a shadow biome. Yeah, we don't. I'm also slightly tempted to say we don't have enough monolith stone. Oh no, we do. We have 16. That's fine. But yeah, we don't have the spare shadow gem. We've got 4 gem shards, so we're on the way to getting the spare enough for enough shadow gem. Let's grab some stone. No, don't close the lid. Pick up the stone. And we'll grab the marble and the slate. And we should have some more stone in here. And we'll grab the slate from in there. Excellent. And we'll go and make a little place for us to put our statues, even though we're not going to have a monolith stone just yet. I'm going to put it over by the Darklands because, well, it's going to cause Darkland corruption. It's going to cause demons from the Darklands to spawn, things like that. So we might as well have it over by the Darklands. And we need basically a 7 by 7. So for that we need a 9 by 9 wall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hello. There you go. 7, 8. And down goes that zombie, and then we go. And this is going to be our entrance. And we're going to put 1 statue here. And 1 statue here, and if we get more statues we'll add them in going around, and then we're going to torch the place up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely jubbly. These guys can drop corallium, so nah, just infected flesh. So we need a little bit more marble and we need a little bit more stone. The stone we can get easily enough. The marble I'm going to have to dig for. Although I'm pretty sure I dug up more marble. Gunpowder. That's actually quite useful. There is a quest later on that requires gunpowder. I think that's the first gunpowder we picked up of the playthrough. Although I've played like 3 saves on this, so some of them are kind of blurring together. Slate. Slate is useful. I think slate gives a nice look to the things that are going to be abyssal craft based, just because, you know, dark and shadowy. But I like a little bit of marble mixed in there, something with a hint of lightness. there's very little you can do. When we get into the Betweenlands, there are some beautiful blocks we can use. I'm thinking, because when you get into Age 2, you can make a Japanese-style thing. Thinking we're going to go with a Japanese-style house once we get into Age 2. And when we get into Age 2, we can go to the Betweenlands, get some weedwood. And weedwood, the interior weedwood from the big weedwood trees looks like tatami mats. So we'll be able to set up kind of like a little, kind of quite good-looking tatami. Hey, Super Dill. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, Super? So we need another Shadow Gem next, which basically means farming the Shadow Gem guys again. Which isn't a problem. Because we're going to have to be next to our statues for the charging of the necronomicon anyway. Oops. And you see, if we stand here and we hold the necronomicon, every now and then these guys should, yep, there we go, give us a little energy spurt that starts charging your necronomicon for you. Little energy. That adds a bit of energy to your necronomicon. Hey, Ted Souls, welcome to the stream. So the other thing we're going to do is we're going to hop up here and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and we are going to grab where's our totem knife? I left our totem knife behind. While we're in here, we can make some double gates, because I quite like the double gates. Can we make double gates out of red cedar? I wonder. Can I make a gate out of you? Gates. Use. Can I make fences or gates out of you? Make cabinets. Crates. Doesn't look like I can make gates out of them. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can make gates out of that. That's fine. We'll just go and grab some oak from our oak patch. How you doing, Ted Souls? So we need Shadow Gem to get the monolith, or get the pedestal, sorry. And we need to charge our Necronomicon to do the beneath. We also need a block of bronze, a block of tin, a block of copper, and a few other bits and pieces to do the portal for the beneath. This is a very sort of widely spread tree. I may have to leave a floating bit of tree. No, I can't leave a floating bit of tree. Let's get that bit, and there's a bit over there that needs cutting down. I think we got the last bit of that tree. Yay! Almost a stack of logs. We got another apple which we can put on our apple growing tree. And we've also got 4 more bushes we can add to our bush patrol. Way hey. So I'll throw like 48. Actually, no. First things first. Get my work blade. Take the bark off them. Because taking the bark off them doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't reduce the amount of wood you get from them. And taking the bark off them just gives you the bark that you can use later on. At the very least for a fuel source. If nothing else. So. Why are you not attached to anything? Your leash is broken. God damn it, those leashes are expensive. Come on. Come away from the person who's actually doing work. I wonder where your leash went. Frustrating. And we'll chop up some of the logs ourselves, just nice and quick. So, oak gate, 2. And then double gate. Lovely jubbly. And we'll go and throw an oak gate down on here. And I forgot my totem cutter again. Twice in a row, forgot the totem cutter. But that's fine. Armor's doing okay. You do have 4 beefaloes. And now you've broken your leash. What on earth is with everyone breaking their leashes today? I don't even know where the leashes have... Oh no, you've still got your leash. One second. No, I don't want... I don't want the log. I want the leash. Thank you. You can go back in there. Back on there, and you can go... Nope, I can't pick that one up. That's fine. You. Thank you. You're going to start work... There we go, he started working again. So if I break this, is the leash just going to pop off? Yeah. So the leashes still exist. It's just the horses are, for some reason, becoming detached from them. Or not quite even becoming detached from them. They're kind of... Don't know how to describe it. Just not sort of obeying the rules of the leash. That may be because I've logged out and in too many times since I attached them to the leash, and it's kind of forgotten they're attached. But yeah, stay there. So we can also do a quest to get a parrot, but let's look up what we need for the beneath. For the beneath, we need to do a ritual that involves wisp, some dark oak fence, monolith stone, monolith stone, monolith stone, gunpowder, coal dust, and a blank teleporter. For that we need tin, copper, bronze, corallium pearls, black dye, 2 blocks of coal, and an apprentice blood orb. And that's when we need to get into blood magic. So for the blood altar, again, we need demonic wisps. So demonic wills. So where's my tin? Nope. Let's get rid of all the unnecessary stuff that we're carrying. So we need tin, we need string, which I think I have somewhere. If not, I do have some wisps of wool to make string with. Ah, there's my totemic knife. That was something I wanted. And we can... No, put that away. We can use the tin to make demonic wisps using ash, which I think we made some of. I think we made ash somewhere. Gunpowder. Ash, yes. So, ash in the center, tin around the outside, string in the... Nope. String around the outside, tin in the centers, and there we go. We have some demonic leashes, some demonic snares. And these things will get us demonic wills when we kill things. Hey, 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 hey. Ah, he didn't drop one. Dang it. So, first things first, let's do our totems. So, totem base. And then wolf for strength. And ocelot so that if we retreat to here, creepers won't explode and damage our statues. So there we go. So if I'm standing over here, I should maintain my strength even over this corner. Nope. One block back. Where does my strength kick in? So my strength kicks in here. So yeah, these things are well within the range that creepers won't explode next to the statues, which minimizes the risk of statues being killed. Is something we definitely want to do. We don't want our statues dying. And we've got coal here. Useful. But yeah, now we need to get one more shadow gem as well. We'll have a little wander in the dark forest. Dang it, I didn't mean to throw him a spear. I meant to pick carrots, not throw spears. The spear is a better melee weapon than the tomahawk, but the tomahawk is by far a better throwing weapon. More coal. There is a lot of coal underneath this forest. Ooh. Are you a big one? Oh, you're a big one. You're a monster. Oh, hello. Try not to get surrounded. Ooh, is that a mulberry? Mulberry! Yes, mulberry is something else I'm going to need in a later part of the game. So, spotted mulberry, gather mulberry. And hope desperately for a mulberry sapling. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to improve your chances of getting a sapling. You just have to kind of hope. Maybe if I cut down the tree and let the leaves naturally decay, it will drop a sapling for me. Please, sapling? Saplingus? No, no mulberry saplingus. That's really frustrating because I do need mulberry later on. I've got 4 logs. That might be enough for what I need mulberry for. Can't guarantee that though. Very good chance it is not enough. I haven't even gotten a shadow gem from the shadow demon I killed. No demonic will! Wow, just not having much luck today. Nope. No one wants to drop me a demonic will. I'm going to have to make some more rudimentary snares. Because I've only got one left and I need 2 wills. So I'm definitely not getting enough. You can get them from pretty much any enemy as well. Ah! He's glowing. Kill the glowing zombie! Yes! There's one demonic will. We've got at least one. Casserite. Nice. No gems yet, but... Oh, lots of spiders. Lots and lots of spiders. Don't want to fight lots and lots of spiders, especially not in a forest, where they will climb shit and drop on my head. So what I'll probably do, guys, is I'll probably call the stream here, and I'll grind for some more gems, because it's not going to be exciting. It's literally just going to be me running around this wood. I'm not going to die from basic mobs. I might die from a Shadow Demon Lord if it spawns, but it will literally just be a case of it will kill me extremely quickly, and then I'll wait until morning before I come back and get my stuff. So I'll probably call the stream here, do some grinding, and come back when I'm ready to move on with... Oop. Little one. The little ones that drop the fragments, by the way, you compress the fragments in the presser that you... the horse-powered presser, and they turn into the next up. So the shards turn into fragments, the fragments turn into a gem, which is why killing the little ones is worthwhile, because they give you fragments. Or fragments turn into shards, shards turn into the gem. So killing the little and the medium ones does take you towards getting a gem. So thank you everyone for watching. I have been the Gaming Droid. This has been Sevtech. And that is a dead sheep. Ha! Bye bye everybody.